Nobody had to look at him for real. And the truth is nobody did. Everybody laughed and joked about him dancing like a idiot in all them goddamn videos, twirling around in circles.
Well, Sean Diddy Combs has recently broken the internet with his questionable interests. Although he has been very influential in the music industry, the fame and influence is now going down the drain, all thanks to the police raids on his house. But now the drama is taking a huge turn with new leaked footage showing Diddy smashing Jaden. In this video, we will be covering all the details you need to know, and trust me, this tea is spicier than any of your other gossips, so make sure you stick around till the end. Well, the Jaden in question is actually Will Smith's 26-year-old son, Jaden Smith. He initially made a career as a songwriter and rapper, but later decided to work in films too. But is it too early to mention that fans speculate he is now involved with Diddy and his heinous actions? Let's find out.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him.
Diddy has recently been arrested by the New York police force, 6 months after his house was raided. In an indictment unsealed on Tuesday morning, federal prosecutors allege Combs and his associates threatened, abused, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his desires, which allegedly includes forcing victims into engaging in recorded sexual activity, which he referred to as freakouts. A lawyer for the hip-hop artist called Combs an innocent man with nothing to hide. And we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office, his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, told The Independent via email.
Go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and a host of other names, has undergone a myriad of reinventions since the start of his career, but has since entered a new and unwelcome era. But Diddy, who is now 54, has strongly denied all of the allegations against him. His attorneys have branded the lawsuits and their accusations as money grabs, baseless, or sickening.
Right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody.
Usher and Combs became acquainted in 1994 when producer L.A. Reid, who had signed Usher to his record label, sent him to live when he was about 15 years old with Combs at his home in Scarsdale, New York, while he worked on his self-titled debut album. In 2004, Usher told Rolling Stone Combs, "Introduced me to a totally different set of shit." Specifically, while he lived at his New York home, there were always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy, Usher said. But through the years, Usher has remained tight-lipped about the experience and does not talk much about his relationship with Combs. He addressed living with Combs in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern, but gave few details. Stern asked if it was filled with chicks and orgying non-stop, to which Usher replied, "Not really." Usher said living with Combs was pretty wild, and there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand. When Stern asked if Usher would ever send his kids to Puffy Camp, he replied, "Hell no." Last week, all of Usher's posts on X disappeared, fueling rumors it was somehow related to Combs. But Usher wrote in a post on X Sunday that his account was hacked, and damn y'all ran with it, and his previous posts reappeared. Usher has not commented on Combs' arrest or assault allegations. And the list of celebrities involved with Diddy's questionable acts goes on. You won't believe me when I tell you that the list contains our favorite icons, ranging from Leonardo DiCaprio to Jennifer Lopez. If you're curious to find out about this, make sure to have a look at our previous episode, because it has all the tea you need to know. Fans were shocked to see such behavior from Diddy, but the shock met higher levels when the recent news came out. Everyone is raving about Diddy and Jaden and how this relationship was just unacceptable, while one typed, "At this point, I don't even know what this man is up to." Another said, "I'm not going to trust any celebrity from now on."
I think Will and Jada is
trying to scoop up.
And this time it wasn't just the fans who worried. Even Jaguar Wright shed light on the Smith family and their questionable choices. She repeatedly asked Will and Jada about their parenting, but also explored Jaden's rebellious behavior to have left home at the young age of 16. And not just that, he even refused to come back or have any contact with his parents.
But Jaden's kind of MIA. And considering that he emancipated from their household at 16 and refused to come back, even to do family interviews.
At that time, Jada spoke to the press and said, "At 15 years old, Jaden, and I remember this day specifically, it's probably one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life. You got to a point where you told me straight up, you were like, 'Mom, I have to leave here to live my life.' I remember thinking to myself, as devastated as I was like, he's right. The time is now. He's 15. It's time for him to leave the house."
Did you have a good time working with your dad?
Well, no, because he tricked me. I thought it was a comedy, but it was actually a drama. What does your dad do?
Keep my name out your fucking mouth!
But for Jaden, raised by famous parents Jada and Will Smith, he said he most needed to get out of the Hollywood bubble. It just makes you appreciate being at home, being with your parents, spending quality time with your family, he said about moving out. Jada and Will's parenting style has always been a hot topic. The freedom they give their children often seems to spark a debate. In 2016, Will confessed that their hands-off parenting approach may have been a mistake. I think we may have gone too far, he shared on BBC Radio and 1 Extra. But at the same time, he stated how Jaden would do anything he wanted. He was rebellious to such an extent that it was terrifying and scary. So scary that Jaden didn't care what the public thought of him. And this is exactly what we, as audiences, are now witnessing in 2024.
Will Smith, Jaden, you middles, and you know I'm too afraid to find a real man and real love, so you marry a for a Birkin bag and then turn your head while he's get a bunch of kids.
According to Jaguar Wright, Will Smith was the wrong man. He initiated an intimate relationship with Diddy and even involved his wife Jada in it. But when his time was over, he forced Jaden to do what he couldn't do. Some sources have suggested that Will even raped Jaden when he was just a kid, forcing him to resort to emancipation.
Now his son Jaden Smith has made some serious claims against his father and has blamed him for ruining his life. It remains to be seen how the Aladdin actor reacts to these serious allegations. Stay tuned to know more on this hot topic.
Jaden was reportedly seeking help at the care system, and although it is many years since he left the care system, Jaden continues to suffer many adverse effects of the abuse. He has physical health problems related to the harsh conditions and work he was forced to do. He has used illegal drugs, has difficulty trusting authority and people, and finds it hard to show and receive affection. He has self-harmed and had suicidal thoughts. He suffers nightmares and flashbacks and feelings of worthlessness and that he is a burden on others. Jaden says that for many years he hated his mother for sending him and his brother away, but he now understands that after his father was killed, his mother was working in 3 different jobs to try and support the family and was simply unable to cope with all the children. For this reason, he feels very strongly that families in need should be supported so that children can stay with their parents. He says that if children have to be put in care, they should only be placed in small family-size units, not large institutions where children form hierarchies and gangs. Jaden adds, "What might have helped me was someone who listened to me about what it was really like. No one asked why I kept running away."
They gathered so much evidence, supposedly they gathered so many videos and laptops and also electronic devices, and they have to now conduct a forensic investigation of those items and to see what are on those items. And first off, they have to ask whether they have the passcode to those items, because not having a passcode could create a delay in investigating those items. But then aside from that, once they are able to get into those items, they're going to continue to build from that and see where the evidence leads them.
According to a news reporter, Diddy's devices had multiple videos that were totally unacceptable. He had recorded every deed that happened at his freak-off parties, leaving the public absolutely stunned. Reportedly, these laptops and electronic devices also contained videos of Diddy smashing Jaden Smith. And while most speculate these might just be rumors, others have their suspicions. Fans from all around the globe have called the Hollywood industry a hellhole, allegedly claiming that these celebrities are out of their mind. Some have even questioned why they are not in jail yet, as they showed empathy towards Jaden Smith, who has been forced into doing this heinous business. But the shock keeps building on. The drama keeps intensifying because Gene Deal just revealed how Diddy used his connections to fire Wendy Wills from her job just because she had evidence against him. How petty is this behavior, to be honest?
Cool. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Wills. Wendy Wills said she had him in a compromising position and like he was gay, something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days.
Gene talked about this in a recent interview and stated how Diddy harassed a man by stripping him naked at a party. But little did he realize that he was being recorded. And so, when these recordings reached Wendy Wills, she threatened Diddy to stop his gross rituals for once and for all. But I guess we can all predict what Diddy did. He used his links, his power, and his deflating influence to get the girl fired from her job. Fans have reacted to all sorts of news with anger, hatred, and disgust. They are unable to absorb such heinous information, and that too, about one of the most famous and well-respected artists. Diddy, who was once believed to be the king of music, is now turning to ruins. With his influence, his image, and his money falling to the floor, he is left with nothing but shambles, regret, and unending shame. What do you think of this whole Diddy case? And do you think he actually had relations with Jaden? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you liked our video, smash that like and subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time we post a new video. See you soon. Thanks for watching.